Hey everyone, my name is Chris from Meeple Overboard, and this is my review of Terraforming Mars Prelude. It's an awesome expansion and a story. Okay, my real review of Terraforming Mars Prelude is that this is a teeny, small box expansion for a large thinky game that does just everything that I want it to do. It delivers on its promises. So what does it come with? It comes with 5 new corporations. It comes with a new card for rules how to play a solo game, and it comes with 1 standard action that you can do in that solo game. And it comes with a few cards that get added to the main deck. I didn't even bother pulling them out of the main deck for this review because there's like 8 of them and they don't do anything like that crazy special. But, the Prelude cards here, there's 35 of them, and this is like the main event. This is the title fight. This is the people going for the belt, right? I've run out of this analogy, but I'm gonna continue anyway. The Prelude cards are so excellent. You shuffle up this deck of 35 of them, and you deal out 4 to each player. The players then get to choose which 2 of these 4 cards they're going to keep. They're going to bump up your production, they're going to give you more money to work with, they're going to increase your terraforming rating right off the bat. Some that will let you increase oxygen or build oceans, have more resources to work with. Do you want 3 extra titanium, 8 steel, and 3 plants at the start of the game? Yes, you do. How about more plant production and the ability to play a card from your hand without regard to any of those global parameters? You want to play a card that normally takes a minimum of 7 oxygen on the planet? You can do that if you pick this card. All of these are so enticing and they're so extremely good that you're going to agonize for a few minutes as you have to pick only 2 of them. And guess what? There's 35 of these cards. I calculated it out with the help of Google because I'm not that smart, but with 35 cards receiving 4 at the start of each game, there are 52,360 possible combinations of cards that you get to choose from. And then you multiply that by the fact you only get to choose 2 of those 4 cards, and there's a lot of variability that's going to get factored into just this little deck of cards here. Do you want to kickstart and speed up those first few rounds of Terraforming Mars? I do. I really like that. And this premise is executed so simply. There's no big fuss to these. You just do that. And so, of course, you can also wind up with this card that has the president of Stronghold Games lighting a cigar with $100 million, 20 million mega credits. Sure, everybody needs that in their Terraforming Mars. Well, so how about these other things? I like the solo mode. So how this one works is you have to hit 63 terraforming rating instead of just doing the 3 global parameters, oxygen, oceans, and temperature. And so this makes it a little bit more challenging, but it does introduce the standard project pay 16 mega credits to bump up your terraforming rating by 1. I enjoyed this. I found that what this does, this small little change, instead of just doing the parameters, but instead focusing on mega credit or on terraforming rating, it encourages you to still do the oceans, oxygen, and temperature because that's the easiest way to bump up your terraforming rating. But now some of those cards that were kind of garbage cards because all they did was raise your rating a few steps or so, those cards become viable now in this version of the solitaire mode. So I like this one and I might continue playing this one over the original. We'll see, but I really enjoyed it. It's a struggle to win, but I did win my first try, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be as lucky continually. The new corporations, they're just fun, right? 5 more corporations, add more to that variety, that variability. One of the ones I particularly like is this one, where you pay 4 mega credits to raise your lowest production. So it's not always going to be useful, but especially in a solitaire game, this is cool because you just need to produce lots of everything. So I thought this one was really good. There's just a couple of these that I really like. One of them allows you to, after you pick your 2 Prelude cards, and when you pick this corporation, you then get to draw 3 more Prelude cards and pick another one of them. So I think that the corporations are integrated well. I like the new solitaire mode, and I really, really, really love these Prelude cards. Does it shorten the game, you ask? I don't think that it really does, because if anything, it gets rid of maybe 1 or 2 of the rounds when you use the Prelude cards, but they're like those first 2 rounds anyway, which are very short, and you're just taking action to hopefully try and increase your production in something. And so this kind of just does that for you. But you're going to be spending some time just thinking, which one of these do I, which 2 of these do I want to pick? Which ones do I want to keep? And so it's not going to terribly shorten the game, but you're going to start off being able to do more, and I am completely for that. Now, one of the weirdest things about this is that after you've picked your 2 cards and you play them in front of you and you bump up your production and you get a few extra resources, this one with the weird Stephen Bonacore smoking his cigar, it says that you can play a card costing and reducing its cost by 25 mega credits. That's cool. You can kind of hold on to this for when you need it. But after that, this expansion completely fades into the background. And it's almost as if you're not playing with it, but its residual effects are still there. And I think that's what makes this expansion really interesting, is it's not actually expanding, it's just starting sooner, it's just starting quicker, and then it just fades away. And so you might not like that idea, but there are other expansions that are more in your face, new boards, or the Venus track, or the upcoming colonies. This one is going to integrate extremely easily with any of the other expansions because you just get the effect at the start of the game, and then you just keep playing Terraforming Mars. You just keep playing the regular game at that point. Like I said, really like the solo mode. One of the cool things about the solitaire game is if you're playing with the Prelude cards, you shorten the game by 2 rounds. That's what they determined, is that instead of trying to get your parameters met, your 63 terraforming rating in 14 rounds, you're trying to do it in 12. And you can play the regular solitaire edition where you're trying to get the 3 global parameters using Prelude cards, but once again, 12 rounds, and that's all you get. So I absolutely love this expansion. I think that it adds a couple of fun, really unique things. This is the rule page. This is a pamphlet smaller than the Mormon missionaries are going to give you. So there's nothing to complain about here. Everything about it is cool. There's one new rule, is that there's a wild tag. That tag can be whatever you want it to be when you take an action, right? Other than that, it's mostly pictures. How cool is that? It's a little picture book. A sheet of paper that tells you, pick 2 of them. Deal out 4, pick 2 of them. This is such a cool expansion. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I absolutely love that it gets you playing into the fun engine building part of Terraforming Mars quicker, and therefore I am extremely excited to be able to do this. This all fits in the base box really easily. So anyway, that's my review of Terraforming Mars Prelude. Hope that you enjoyed, and check out the podcast for more reviews, the rest of our YouTube channel, and I hope that you have a great day. This is Chris. Thank you.